You got 2-0 Adrian going up against the 0-2 Manchester Spartans in a game where you have two teams kind of going in opposite directions. You have Adrian really pulling off maybe the upset of the year for the most part against FCS opponent Valparaiso, ended up getting a 10-7 win, and then after that they just continue that momentum going up against the L College, end up winning 70-0. And then you got Manchester, which is 0-2 at this point. They've scored 14 points in their first two games, and they just don't have a ton offensively. They've really struggled offensively. They've only averaged 183 yards a game, which obviously isn't going to get you a ton of points, which is the reason why they're only averaging 14 points. And then you have the Adrian side of things where this team, even though they only scored 10 points and they just scored 70, so if you look at points per game, it's a little bit bloated because of it, but they are averaging almost 360 yards of offense total, which is exactly about what Manchester gives up per game. So that you got really an offense of Adrian that has obviously a ton of confidence. They have a new starting quarterback who, if you look at his history, he came from Mount Union. You have Noah Beaudrie. He's been absolutely fantastic ever since getting to Adrian. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's really a guy that's really the vocal point of this offense. He passes quite a bit, and then he has guys that he can really get the ball to. One of those with Ethan Abberger. He's kind of the leading wide receiver of this team. 10 receptions, 141 yards. He also has 3 touchdowns. He's going to be a guy that you're really going to want to continue to watch in this matchup. You also have Braden Whitaker. He has 7 receptions for 84 yards, 1 touchdown. But it's not only through the passing game that Adrian has been able to get it done. Adrian's been really good at running the ball. They've been averaging 184 yards a game. Passing, they've only been 164. So you might say they might be a little bit better running the ball, but 348 yards of offense total, 12 touchdowns. And then you look at what Adrian teams have done against them. They've only given up 1 touchdown all year, 282 yards all year as well. And that comes with 110 plays. So they're giving up only 2.6 yards per play. When on offense, their average per play is 5.5 yards. If that is the type of offense that this Manchester team is going to face, and I think they will continue to face, that's going to be really, really difficult for a Manchester defense to not only stop, but you have to really look at what Manchester has going offensively. Like, they've struggled to score, and if you can't stop an offense and you have issues scoring the ball, it's going to be a long night for them. And I truly think that this is going to be exactly what it is. It's going to be a long night for Manchester, and I truly think that this Adrian team is going to be 3-0 at the end of this game. I think Adrian's going to be able to score. I think this defense continues to fly around. I don't know if Manchester necessarily scores 14 points in this game, just because of, obviously, that's the average they've been scoring, but just because of how this defense for Adrian has been playing, they've just been so solid. Like, you look at kind of overall just amount of sacks, quite a few. You look at just overall fumbles, quite a few. This Adrian defense forces turnovers. And if they continue to do that, if they continue to play the defense that they have been, plus you get a Noah Beaudrie, plus you start getting the running game going, get the passing game going as well, it's just going to be a really, really tough game for Manchester to win. And I just feel like there's too much talent for this Adrian team, especially when it comes to, obviously, Noah Beaudrie, when it comes to the wide receivers, and Ethan Abberger. And then you also have to look at the running backs as well. You have Trey Bergman. Sorry, I'm probably completely botching a lot of these names. You have athletes on this offense. And then defensively, you look at a guy like Maddox Woods. He's been all over the field on defense. 11 total tackles so far. Has 1 sack on the year. He's going to be a guy that Manchester's going to have to watch out for. You have Bennett Guild as well, 10 tackles. He has half of a sack as well. those are a couple of the guys on defense I would really be paying attention for, at least if you're Manchester. And then you got a couple other guys that really need to be talked about. You have Liam Carey. He has 8 tackles, 1.5 tackles for a loss. And then you have Canarius Davis. He has 1 interception on this year, 1 pass breakup as well. He's going to be a guy in the secondary that they're really going to have to kind of keep an eye on as well. But I truly think that this is going to be a game where Adrian kind of dominates from the get-go. I don't think this is necessarily going to be that close of a game. I truly think the momentum that Adrian has going, especially from these first 2 wins, will continue on to the MIAA. I think this is an Adrian team that could be a little bit tricky in the MIAA as well. Obviously, with the starting quarterback experience that they have, with a quarterback that has a ton of winning experience, that's obviously going to help. But when you have playmakers both at the running back position and wide receiver position, that's definitely going to help as well. And then you have difference makers on the defense like Maddox Woods. That's also going to continue to help them obviously win this game. And I think this Adrian team is going to win a decent amount more games. I think they're going to make some noise. Do I necessarily think they're going to win the MIAA? I need to see it a little bit more. I know their win against Valparaiso is huge, but I also need to see it against Elma, see it against Hope. If they're right there against those teams, that is definitely a really good sign. But I think this Adrian team is really good. I think they're going to win this game pretty comfortably, and I think at the end of the day, they're going to be 3-0, and they're going to be looking into the MIAA conference and getting ready to play with the most confidence maybe in the entire MIAA, because that's just the way this team has been playing, both defensively and offensively as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this preview. First time ever covering Adrian. Obviously, I'll give a recap after the game as well. But if you enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know. I really apologize for anyone I botched your names on. But definitely looking forward to covering more Adrian football. But yeah, I think Adrian wins this game, and I think they look pretty good doing it.